Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Dallenbach,
Yes.
Grover,
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Thank you. Next, I need a motion to approve the agenda as presented. Motion by,
I'll second.
motion by Vaughn, second by Brown. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carried. Public forum. This is the time set aside for visitors and public comments only on topics of city business other than those listed on tonight's agenda. Please understand the council cannot take any action on your comments at this meeting due to requirements of the open meeting law, but may do so at a future meeting. Each speaker will be allowed a maximum of 5 minutes to state their comments, and we thank you for your cooperation. The only name I have on here is Deb Hanna. Would you like to step forward, please? Give us your name and address.
Deb Hanna, 214 2nd Avenue Northeast. I would just like to see that 5% on our franchise, on our gas bills be voted down. We don't need any more money coming out of our incomes in this town. Our property taxes are as high as they can be. You're taking this money, and then it's like, where's the next money gonna come from? Somewhere the city's gotta stop and just spend what they have and cut down and quit the expenses of this town.
Thank you. Next, we have, I need a motion to accept and approve the consent agenda that approves the following: the minutes of the March 28th, 2016 regular meeting. It's the only thing on there this time. It's unusual. Do I have a motion, please? Motion by Vaughn, second by Dallenbach. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion is carried. Motion to approve the claims for payment.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Grover, second by Hill. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion is carried. Okay. Next on the agenda is petitions from the public, and I have Brian White here tonight. Please give your name and address, Brian.
Brian White, 700 Pine Drive, Southwest.
Thank you.
I just want to approach you about the Dash of Hope 5K. My wife and I thank you for your consideration. June 11th at White Funeral Home is where we begin, and we run up through the northwest neighborhoods and down into the southwest neighborhoods, ending back at White Funeral Home. Over the last 6 years, it's been our main fundraiser for the American Cancer Society's Relay for Life. And like years past, insurance purposes, the American Cancer Society provides the insurance. Right now, that paperwork is in the process and will be on file at City Hall, just like years past as well.
Okay.
Questions?
And it's also been reviewed by the police department, again. Same route.
Same route, same everything.
I'd recommend approval based on pending the receipt of the appropriate insurance coverage.
I'll second it.
Okay, motion by Hollins, second by Grover. We don't need a,
Thank you.
okay. Thanks a lot, Brian. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion is carried. Next is under hearings. I need a motion to receive and file proof of publication of notice of public hearing for the Urban Renewal Plan Amendment.
So moved.
Motion by Holland,
Second.
second by Dallenbach. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carried. Thank you. Next, we need a motion to hold the public hearing with no objections on file.
Motion.
Motion by Dallenbach.
Second.
Second by Holland. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carried. We are now in public hearing. Is there any comments from anybody or questions?
I will say that Planning and Zoning reviewed this morning, and they find it to be in compliance with the comprehensive plan, and they're okay with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hearing of.
On this, is this partially for some of our street projects this coming year too, or, I mean,
No. No, what we're doing here on this housing urban renewal area, this is just designating an area, an extension of the Pines subdivision to allow for tax increment financing assistance in the development. They're adding some streets, water, sewer, infrastructure, what have you.
Is this gonna cost us that total dollar at the bottom, the 453,000?
No.
That's just the maximum it could go to?
Right, if they were to develop the whole thing based on what we had discussed as assistance with the infrastructure, a percentage of the infrastructure, if it were to all build out. The development agreement will be for a portion of this, and that's coming in, I think, 4 weeks. But it'll only be a portion of that amount. And again, it's not 100%, it's based on a percentage of the infrastructure cost.
So since we're doing this, we kind of discussed this before, are we going to be doing any of the infrastructure we used to do?
No, this would replace in the past, we've run the water lines as an incentive or an assistance. This is a little bit more than that, but because we're doing an incentive for infrastructure in general, we're no longer putting the water lines in. That would be included in this.
So we're not double dipping on anything?
No, and we have had that conversation. Of course, everybody would like us to, but
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Then I would ask for a motion to close the hearing and receive and file oral and written comments.
So moved.
Motion by Holland, second by Brown. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carried. And I need a motion to adopt a resolution to approve urban renewal plan amendment for the Independence Urban Renewal Area. Motion by Hill, second by Dallenbach. Roll call, please.
Lenius,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Dallenbach,
Yes.
Grover,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Holland,
Yes.
Thank you. Motion is carried. Next, we have resolutions. Resolution to declare necessity and establish the urban renewal area pursuant to section 403.4 of the Code of Iowa and approve urban renewal plan and project for the Independence Housing Urban Renewal Area. I will need a motion to declare that.
So moved.
Motion by Hill,
Second.
second by Holland. Roll call, please.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Dallenbach,
Yes.
Grover,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Holland,
Yes.
Lenius.
Yes.
Okay. Next is, I need a motion to approve a preliminary resolution covering the 2016 street reconstruction project.
Before, I will point out that in the resolution, it identifies 11th Avenue Northeast. That should read 11th Street Northeast, that is being reconstructed from 2nd Avenue to 5th Avenue. But it's 11th Street Northeast that's being included in this.
It's the one just up north of the railroad tracks.
Right.
That one, and I did happen to talk to Tim tonight, and he said that there's pretty considerable expense on it each year. I guess I really wasn't in favor of doing it, but he also said that it is going to be thicker than normal for the concrete for the trucks and everything. And I guess based upon what he said as far as the average annual expenses, I understand doing it. I guess that's just my opinion on it.
Okay.
Who's paying for it?
This is a tax increment financing project supplemented with special assessments to the property owners because it is a reconstruction project.
So the businesses, they do get the same,
The special assessment.
they get
ratio is the
assessed,
same.
they get assessed same as a residential.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
I did not hear a motion on this.
I'll make a motion.
I
Were you
will.
making that motion since
Yeah,
you
I will.
understood it?
And I'll second it.
Second by Grover. Roll call, please.
Dallenbach,
Yes.
Grover,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Holland,
Yes.
Lenius,
Yes.
Vaughn,
No.
Hill,
Yes.
Thank you. Motion is carried. Next is a motion approving and adopting preliminary plans and specifications, estimated cost, and plat schedule for. Is this something you want to add?
This is just authorizing us, preliminary plans and specs, authorizing us to go out for bid for the 2016 street construction project,
Okay.
including 11th Street Northeast from 2nd Avenue Northeast to 5th Avenue Northeast, 2nd Street Southeast from 7th Avenue Southeast to the dead end, and the stormwater project from, on 2nd Avenue Southwest, from 17th to the cul-de-sac off of Allerton.
Okay.
So moved.
Motion by Holland,
Second.
second by Dallenbach. Roll call.
Grover,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Holland,
Yes.
Lenius,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Dallenbach.
Yes again?
Oh, did I help you tonight?
You did it well.
I
the first
know.
time.
8-0, huh?
That's not right. It's 2 votes.
You only get one. Ignore that last question. Thank you, motion has carried. Next, I have a motion to set the date of hearing for May 9th, 2016 on the proposed resolution of necessity.
So
This-
moved. Oops, sorry.
I was just gonna point out, this resolution also has it identified as 11th Avenue, just for clarity, it is 11th Street Northeast. Now you can make your motion.
And done. And second.
Motion by Holland, second by Dallenbach. Roll call, please.
Brown,
Yes.
Holland,
Yes.
Lenius,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Dallenbach,
Yes.
Grover,
Yes.
Thank you, motion is carried. Next on the agenda is a motion to approve a resolution to provide for notice of hearing on plans, specifications, form a contract, and estimate of cost, and the taking of bids for the 2016 street improvement project.
Second.
Motion by Dallenbach.
Second.
Second by Holland. Roll call, please.
Holland,
Yes.
Lenius,
Yes.
Vaughn,
No.
Hill,
Yes.
Dallenbach,
Yes.
Grover,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Thank you, motion is carried. Now, under ordinances, I need a motion to receive, file, and consider for the second time the ordinance of Chapter 65 Official Traffic Controls.
So moved.
Motion by Holland. Seconded by
I'll
Yep.
second.
Brown, okay. Make
Can
it
we
sure.
waive the third reading?
But I think that's coming up next.
Which traffic control is this?
9th Avenue Southeast.
The stoplight that
We had the
blinks.
first reading at the last meeting. It's taking down the
Oh, okay.
stoplights and are putting a stop sign up
Okay.
at night. and-
I just had to get my make sure I was at the right stop line.
Okay,
Be a first one on the west end of town.
so I do have a
I think
motion.
it also addresses a mistake in the old ordinance too, wasn't it? On the
Yes.
Southwest
By
ordinance.
taking that.
It was called First Street East out there in the southwest. I think they corrected that too in this, am I right?
That's correct, yeah, there was a couple of
So there's 2 items.
language issues that were corrected.
So what we're doing here is taking that one down, correct?
The effect of this ordinance is taking the flashing yellow light off of 9th Avenue Southeast and replacing it with a stop sign on
Okay.
9th Avenue.
Okay, I do have a motion and a second. We need a roll call.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Dallenbach,
Yes.
Grover,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Holland,
Yes.
Lenius,
Yes.
Thank you. Motion is carried, and by request, we do have a motion to suspend the rules and to waive the third reading of this particular ordinance. Motion by Hill,
So.
second by Holland. Roll call, please.
Hill,
Yes.
Dallenbach,
Yes.
Grover,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Holland,
Yes.
Lenius,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Motion is carried, and because of all that, I need a motion to receive, file, and adopt that ordinance.
So moved.
Motion by Holland,
Second.
second by Dallenbach. Roll call.
Dallenbach,
Yes.
Grover,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Holland,
Yes.
Lenius,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Motion carried, thank you. Next, under ordinances, is a motion to pass an ordinance providing for the division of taxes levied on taxable property in the Independence Housing Urban Renewal Area, waiving the statutory requirements that an ordinance be considered at 2 meetings prior.
This is a product of your creation of an urban renewal plan. Again, going back to the housing development project, and we are required to set this out. According to bond counsel, they said, here's your next step. But as you read through it, it does set out year by year, and for the benefit of the state, city, county, school districts, or other taxing districts after the effective date of this ordinance, et cetera. It goes through all the details that we need to create the urban renewal plan for that area.
Everybody on the same page? Okay, do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Hill,
Second.
seconded by Dallenbach. Roll call.
Lenius,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Dallenbach,
Yes.
Grover,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Holland,
Yes.
Thank you, motion is carried. Now we're under new business. I need a motion to approve the airport manager contract, which I think has just got a minor change and is on your Dropbox.
The next two items are tied to each other. It simply takes the airport manager apartment out of the FBO lease. It was originally put in the lease, I assume, because the FBO lease has to do with the physical property. The airport manager contract has to do with the duties expected of the airport manager. In visiting with the grant assurance person at FAA, this is their recommendation. It reflects the council's action from your February meeting, where you clarified that you do expect to have the airport manager have a presence on the airport. So all we did is take the paragraph that was in the FBO lease pertaining to the apartment and move it into the airport manager contract.
What's the compensation compared to the last contract?
It's the same as the contract that you previously approved. But nothing has changed in either the lease or the contract, with the exception of moving this paragraph in its entirety into the, from the lease to the contract. But there is no change in the compensation. Without double checking it, I believe you'll find that the compensation is still $55,000. Yes.
And this was primarily for clarification. A question had been brought up about residency in the apartment.
Right. Originally in February, our discussion had to do with the residency and whether or not we still wanted or felt like we needed to have an airport manager on the premise. And again, in your, I don't remember the date, the February meeting, you said, yes, we do. This just follows suit with that and clarifies it.
Didn't we have, in the previous way it was worded, we could have potentially had some problems with government grants and things?
Well, for clarification, again, the FBO lease, you can have more than one FBO at the airport. As a matter of fact, we have two currently. FBO is a fixed base operator. There's more than one person providing services or more than one entity providing services at the airport. However, you only have one airport manager. There is only one apartment that has been set aside for an airport manager to reside in. And so, again, in talking with the FAA for clarification, they felt it's more appropriate to have it in the airport manager contract, even though it's part of the physical building that the FBO lease references. So again, clarifying the use of the residents in the building.
I make the motion.
Motion by Hill,
Second.
second by Dallenbach. Roll call.
Grover,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Holland,
Yes.
Lenius,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Dallenbach,
Yes.
Thank you, motion is carried. The second half of that, or the other half of that, is the airport FBO lease. I need a motion to approve that change.
So moved.
Motion
Second.
by Holland, second by Grover. Roll call, please.
Brown,
Yes.
Holland,
Yes.
Lenius,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Dallenbach,
Yes.
Grover.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion is carried. Next on the agenda is a motion to set the date of hearing for April 25th, 2016 for the easement agreement with Webster City Financial. Like, I think they have something in there, what they're doing or what they're wanting to do.
Yeah, there's a copy of the easement and the site map in your packet. WCF has requested a use of city right-of-way to extend or expand their drive-through for an ATM. In order to do that, they would encroach on our right-of-way. I'll let Carter speak to the appropriateness of it, but the easement is the most straightforward way to allow them to put a drive-through ATM on the property, because they would actually be encroaching on the right-of-way. But in order to dispose of city property via an easement, you have to have a public hearing. Close?
Dead on. I couldn't say it any better. I'll have to tape record you and then just use your.
Well, let's see if they approve it.
So this is just setting the hearing also. This is not
Right.
a final thing. It's
Right.
setting the hearing for April 25th.
I'll make the
Is this one that we're gonna have two or three times in? Can we shortcut this a little bit?
Well, we'll have to have the hearing first on the 25th.
But after the hearing, then
after
can
that,
we,
Yep.
Possibly can.
Right, just the hearing, and then you can act right afterwards. You only have to
Okay.
have one hearing. and
Okay.
It's not like an ordinance, it's just a hearing and a
Okay.
action.
Okay. Do I have a motion by Dallenbach? Second?
I'll second it.
Second by Brown. Roll call, please.
Holland,
Yes.
Lenius,
yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Dallenbach,
Yes.
Grover,
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Did you go around in a circle there?
I think
I think so again. I must have gotten interrupted earlier when I was listing them all, because in one I skipped you and I think it's got on the other one.
No, motion is carried.
He had
Uh,
already had his vote. So many a night, too.
8-0.
Next, I have a motion to set the date of hearing as April 25th at 6:30 at City Hall, Council Chambers in the City of Independence for consideration of adopting an ordinance, amending the Code of Ordinances of the City of Independence, Iowa by amending natural gas ordinance number 2011-419.
What was that date, Ron?
Did you get it all?
It'll be April 25th, I think so. I didn't even take a breath.
The 25th.
April 25th meeting. So this will be the second hearing that's at that particular meeting.
So moved.
Motion by Hill,
Second.
second by Dallenbach. Roll call, please.
Lenius,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Dallenbach,
Yes.
Grover,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Holland.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion is carried. Should have a busy meeting. Next on the agenda is approving a contract for the Independence Municipal Swimming Pool with Portson Construction Company.
This is the contract to go with the bid that you received at the last meeting. Total contract is for $2,880,200. This does not
I'll
include
make a
all of the
motion.
engineering and the
Right.
add-ons, but this does include the alternates that were in the bid packets.
And this company Burbach's used before.
Burbach has used them before. They've built Burbach pools. They were very comfortable with them. One thing I should point out is I would like the motion to be contingent upon a performance bond, which I have not seen yet. I know there's a question about whether or not it's been received, so I think it's safe to approve the contract, but it does have to be contingent on the performance bond.
And there won't be an estimated start date until the pre-construction meeting?
The pre-construction meeting is scheduled for this Friday at 10 a.m.
Oh.
here at City Hall.
And this did come in at a lower bid than what we had planned on.
This was a very favorable bid.
Okay, I'll make a motion based upon the contingency of the bond being
Thank you.
received.
Motion by Lenius, seconded by Vaughn. Roll call.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Dallenbach,
Yes.
Grover,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Holland,
Yes.
Lenius.
Yes.
Okay. Because we are going to be going into a closed session, we have moved reports up on the agenda. I think, Randy, you're the only department head that's here. Do you have anything for tonight? Okay. Not sure where I started last time as far as council members, but I'll go with Holland. Do you have any comments?
Nothing.
Okay. Lennius?
Nothing.
Mr. Vaughn?
Nothing.
Okay. Mr. Hill?
Just wanted to say, last Tuesday night, went to the library program on Orphan Train, and very well done. Gentlemen talked about it, and so they did a nice job, and I think the community room was pretty well full.
Good. Mr. Dallenbach?
Nothing.
Mr. Grover?
Nothing.
No,
Mr.
nothing.
Brown? Mr. Carter?
No thanks.
Okay. Gina?
Nothing.
Very good.
Al?
I have
Anything?
nothing to add.
Okay. I'll save mine until after we finish with get ready for adjournment. So, we are now going into a closed session per Iowa code. Get the reading here right. Do what?
Ask Carter.
Yeah, it's my opinion that you can proceed to go into closed session pursuant to Iowa Code Chapter 21.5, 1, subparagraph 1, to evaluate the professional competency of an individual whose appointment, hiring, performance, or discharge is being considered when necessary to prevent needless and irreparable injury to that individual's reputation, and that individual requests a closed session. Specifically, it's dealing with the potential appointment of a new police chief, and one of the candidates has made that request.
Okay.
And so for that reason, it's my opinion that this is proper to go into closed session. Mayor, we will need a motion and a second to go into closed session before we can officially go in.
Okay, thank
Make a
you.
motion.
Do I have a motion? Motion by Grover, second by Brown. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion is carried. We're going into
Can
closed
we-
session.
Can we go in without roll call?
I'd do a roll call, because technically,
I'm sorry.
if I'm wrong, then they can all sue me.
Well, good.
Well,
You
let's do a-
instead of me.
Let's
Oh,
do a roll call.
let's do a roll call.
What is your address?
Hill,
Yes.
Dallenbach,
Yes.
Grover,
Sure.
Brown,
Yes.
Holland,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
and Lenius.
Yes.
Motion is carried.
On my list.
So we are going into closed session.